So, Kashmir, tell me how you really feel about illegal immigration.
I am on probably the most extreme right you can be on this. And I want to say though, like I worked with international for 10 years. Like I worked with a lot of people who immigrated here. I worked with people like in Morocco, Indonesia, Thailand,
That's why
Vietnam.
I feel you're a good person to broach this subject.
The Maryland dad thing. I did not understand why this became the poster child for illegal immigration. I mean, I know there was that technicality he couldn't go to El Salvador, but I mean,
He'd already been in trouble
yeah,
2 times. He'd already been before the courts 2 times.
and they told him to get out. And then he allegedly hit his wife or his partner. And then they pulled him over with people in the back of the truck, which there is footage of that. I mean, we're not going to say what we think he was doing, but shady. And I just feel like the stuff, like if we did this in a foreign country, like if, say, you and me, Jackie, we go to Paris, we go to France, all right? And we just want to live there. And then we commit crimes. We beat people up, we smuggle people in the country. And yeah, they tell us to leave, and we're like, no. And we want the French government or like the parliament people to support us and make sure we don't get deported.
No, I hear you.
I'm angry because I'm just like, under Biden, which people may not like Megyn Kelly's figure, but allegedly 300,000 people per month were coming into our country without vetting. And then also what the media what cares about the people and cares about this due process. What about the children? The children who came by themselves, you know what happened to them? They got sponsors by unvetted illegal men.
Oh, no, I can tell you DHS has it on their website. The worst is they're being impregnated by these men.
Yeah, or sex trafficked. And everyone's like wanting to do, oh, the poor gardener, oh, the poor hotel person.
But it always turns out that it's not true.
Yeah.
Just like the Maryland dad. Where is the truth? What is the truth?
And I felt like if they had stories like the Maryland dad who were actually legitimate people who were like the gardener and who got ripped and shipped to El Salvador, we would be hearing about that.
And plus, we wouldn't like that. We would care. But we do understand there's laws.
Yeah.
And I know what happened. It was when I voted for Baby Bush.
Hmm.
And I was a bleeding, conservative liberal. I really wasn't a liberal, but I was conservative, but I voted for Bush. And then he granted amnesty. But I grew up in California where I was friends with Mexicans. I knew people personally that had parents that were immigrants, but then they were cheating the system, so they got sent back.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of things, but this is not the case. The story that I just read, they just found in Oklahoma 125 immigrants from all these different countries, like you'd be able to name them Turkey, Tajikistan.
Tajikistan.
I couldn't even name the last one.
Mauritania or
Thank
something.
you.
Yeah.
Yes. But 125 men driving Mack trucks.
How do they even get a license, Jackie? I mean, we go to the DMV, and how hard is it for us to
I
get?
just got my passport, and that was like a colonoscopy.
I know. When I got my passport, they told me I had a fake birth certificate. Like my birth certificate wasn't real, and I had to get another one.
No, and what upsets me about that whole truck driving incident,
Mm-hmm.
I think like what you were talking about, the children.
Yeah,
Does anybody care?
I know.
I mean, they act like liberals are so kind and so loving and they want the government to run everything. Well, DHS said Biden wouldn't do the biometrics. He
Mm-mm.
wouldn't vet the people coming in.
Or vet the people sponsoring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Look at what we're into now with this open door policy. It has to end. It is not the same times. It is different times.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if I'm going to say their name right, but Trinde Aragua,
Yeah.
they're coming here and they're criminals.
Yeah.
These are not regular, everyday, some guy who's going to mow your lawn. I'm not mean. I mean, my dad is half Filipino and they've asked if he was our lawnmower man. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's been treated bad in his life. So all of us in our house, we are saying this isn't right. This isn't fair.
No, and then like even with the government shutdown, like when this airs, it may be finished, like it may be concluded, but they're putting provisions in that could benefit illegals, and I just want to get to the point.
And it is true.
Yeah, it is true.
It is true. And my husband right now is shut down. It's not right. It's wrong. It's not right.
Yeah, it is wrong.
And I pay taxes.
I do too.
And I pay a lot of taxes. So I want the American people to prosper.
I do too.
And if you want to come here legally, then I want you to prosper.
Like, there has to be a point where we can start to agree on
I can tell you what's going on. It's all media driven and it's all algorithm, and you're living in this tiny bubble on your phone, and it's feeding you what you, I guess, want to hear or what you want to believe. But the truth is, people need to research.
Yeah.
They need to research for themselves.
And I do want immigrants here. I feel like that they do help our society, but we have to come to a point where we want to get the bad people out.
And two, that you're proud to be an American.
Yeah.
My mom had a friend and she was an immigrant, and then she got her citizenship, and she told my mom, I am proud to be an American. She wouldn't even speak Spanish because she was like, no, I am an American.
That makes me think of the ICE riots. In LA, they're waving the Mexican flag. You know what? Like, I'm like Megyn Kelly. Then go back. Go back over there. You're so proud to be a Mexican. Go.
Well,
back.
I agree, because in Portland, they're protesting ICE. And what makes me sick is these people that are protesting ICE, they're called Antifa or Antifa.
Yeah.
These are really skanky people. And I don't mean this bad, okay? It said that they are having orgies back at some home they go to, and they go have orgies. They do drugs. And you can see the cast of characters. They're freaky looking. They need help, okay? They need Jesus. They need love. I don't even know who's funding this all.
I don't either.
Because it's militant, and they have too much organization. And how come they don't have jobs?
Yeah.
Like, could we be out there protesting? Could we have a big family. Could we all get together and make those great signs and get those face masks and go protest ICE?
No.
Would we have time? How would we be feeding ourselves or paying our rent or taking care of our homes?
Exactly. And why are you trying to target ICE? Like, they have to wear masks. They have to be in threat of their lives every single day because they're doing their jobs, which is the law in our country. You cannot be in our country illegally.
Amen.
So if you want to change that law, then go through Congress and change the law. But these people in ICE, that is their job. And you're basically punishing them for doing their job. You want to change things? Call your Congress people, which actually you should be calling your Congress.
We shouldn't be attacking government officials.
No. And if you want things to change, you should be calling your congressman, because it's wrong for sex trafficking of illegals to be happening in our country. It's
Thank
wrong.
you.
If anyone says that that's right, then you really need to look in the mirror. And
Amen.
I know this is a sensitive subject, and I'm very passionate about this, but I'm sorry. There has to be something, a right and a wrong, that we can agree on. I mean, they wouldn't even stand, when Trump gave that speech for the woman.
Or Laken Riley, the mom and the sister.
One little girl, she was 14 and she got raped and she was murdered by somebody in Venezuela. Like, this has to stop. And I don't care if it's going to ruffle feathers. I don't care if people are mad. These criminals need to go. There's millions of people in our country, and we need resources for us, okay?
I agree.
Prices are too high, like gas, groceries, utilities, rent. People need to realize that this is a problem.
When do we matter?
Yeah.
When do Americans matter? Like, when does Chicago matter?
Or
when does Portland matter? When do we matter? We the people.
Okay, I've got.
I'll make it light. So everybody's like against ICE and they hate him. So I think they should do a whole little song. Ice, ice, baby, dun 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 dun. Ice.
They probably should.
Yeah, they need to rebrand.
Well, I am liking these sombrero AI.
Me too.
Just because, again, we want our Americans to be supported, and it's not like we don't want to help, people who've been here.
Well, like Kashmir says, we are kind-hearted. We are loving. My family is loving. We don't want to hurt anybody.
No.
This is like an ideological warfare that's going on. Nobody's in reality.
No.
They're in their ideologue. They're living out their ideologue, and that's not reality. That's not truth.
It's wrong, and it's not right.
Amen.
Want to be in the know? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen to us on all podcast platforms. Follow us on all our socials. Visit our website, thenobody757.com. I'm Kashmir.
I'm Jackie.
And we are
The Nobodies 757.